Okay, I think yeah, it's on record. Um, yeah, it's recording. So, hi everyone, welcome to our last session for today, building communities in the beer season. And I'm very stoked to be having Emmanuel, community growth manager at Ecolance, handling this session. So, like we said, it's not just for people who are building Web3 communities. So, everyone building communities in this current era and in this current time. So, without wasting much time, let's just dive right into it. Hi, Emmanuel.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. It's nice being here. And like you said, the beer word, I know we know of the beer market in the Web3 space, but basically it's not only for Web3. And I think I'll break that down in my slides for today. So let me share my slides. Let me share the window. Let me share the window. I'm sorry, give me 1 minute. Okay, go back. Share. Sorry, just give me some second. Okay, found it. Sure, please, can you just confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
You can. Okay, nice one. Let's just fire down. Firstly, it's nice being here. Thank you very much, Community Leads Africa, for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. Thank you for allowing me to, speak. And yeah, it takes a lot to believe in people. I tell my friend every time, believing is like staking. So life is like a transaction. Yeah, it's either you're losing daily or you are gaining daily. So believing in someone is like staking, and we know all about staking. I don't know, maybe Web3 is just doing a lot to my brain, but this is how I just view life naturally. Yeah. So and when you believe in people, when you stake your belief in people, you want it to actually grow. And thank you for doing that. So a quick one talking about building communities in the BS season, the trust route. And this means a lot to me because personally I'm at this phase now, um, because of the ecosystem that I am, and I want to first break a barrier. When I'm talking here, please don't just think I'm talking about Web3. I really just want to break it down to community building in the BS season. And like I said, I'm going to mention some stuff while going through this slide, and I wouldn't waste any of our time. So yeah, my name is Emmanuel Tokwe. I am the community growth manager at Ecolance. Ecolance is a Web3 training and recruitment organization. Basically, what we do is we train people to become blockchain professionals. And people come in that want to transition, and we move them to become novice to, being an expert in the space, at least getting into a junior intern role. And we do that for the both the technical and the non-technical side. So for the technical, smart contract auditing, and Solidity development. For non-technical, we do Web3 community management, Web3 content creation, token research analysis, Web3 marketing. We just finished that. And I'm also the developer for Tech Fiesta. Tech Fiesta is a blockchain powered hackathon platform. Tech Fiesta is a blockchain powered hackathon platform built by Ecolance in cooperation with Human Protocol. Is a Think of DoraX on the blockchain technology. That's what Tech Fiesta is. So payment is not in fiat like all other hackathons that you go DoraX, you get paid in fiat, and you have to do KYC and all of it. But for Tech Fiesta, you get paid in stable coins. That's all. I'm also a content creator. I love content a lot. If you go to my LinkedIn, you must have seen you would see a lot of content. I love travels, especially when it is by air. I don't know. I think I love it so much. I love seeing the clouds, seeing the mountains, and seeing the tiny people on the road. What we all esteem as life, and we call the big things. Just seeing everything like a dot. It gives me a fresh perspective of life whenever I go on travels, especially on air. I'm looking forward to becoming a digital nomad. Trust me, if you go to my Twitter, that's like the pinned tweet. Looking forward to the future of becoming a digital nomad. Trust me, I've always had this in my mind, and it's going to happen. It's just the power of just believing and traveling from nations to nations, meeting people while doing your work. All you have to do is just get into a cafe with your PC and you start working. Very interesting. If it's community management, or if it's dev that I'm doing at the moment, if it's product management, I just go to any cafe with internet and I work. Travel from Seychelles to anywhere in the world. or go and live in the Himalayas with with the monk and just enjoy myself. I love peace so much. One of the many reasons why I left Lagos. Lagos was so stressful. I grew up in Lagos. My parents are in Lagos. My siblings are in Lagos. But man, I moved out of Lagos and just came to another city to just find life and start life. I believe in the unknown so much. From what I've been saying, you must have known that I believe so much in the unknown. I believe so. I feel that is the power of the human soul, the ability to believe in the unknown, ability to face the unknown. Known is very boring, very, very boring. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I chose this topic also building in the beer market, because it's an unknown space to be and you want to build. So yeah, I love building the unknown. Doesn't mean I believe in the unknown. Doesn't mean it comes easy. Yeah, it comes with a lot of pressure, but then it's interesting to build in the unknown, because looking back, I love the way Steve Jobs said it. He said you might not be able to connect the dots while looking forward, but when you have gone forward, looking back, you'll be able to connect the dots. And that's the power of believing in the unknown. And so a quick one, let's just dive straight in. What is BS season? I think that's like the big word here. We are building communities. If I ask randomly how to build communities, a lot of people here have experience. I know I'm not talking to novice, I'm talking to guys who are community leads of over maybe 20K community, 30K, 50K. I don't know how much K community, even maybe millions. I don't know. But then, just for this section, what is a BS season? Let's just talk about what a BS season is. I love the picture I have here. So BS season refers to a challenging and an unfavorable economic or social period. BS season is not only for finance, and I think I should really break that down. I know somebody saying, how does that connect to community management? I will link it in. We live in a world that is highly controlled by economic, and anything that is going to affect the economy of this world will affect every sector. Anything that's going to affect the economy will affect every single sector. So if there's a BS season, obviously we're in that kind of period. There's a lot of inflation, lays off here and there. Those are one of the effects of BS season. I'm going to get there. So if there's a BS season, it's going to affect every single thing, including tech. And if it's affecting tech companies, it's going to affect tech communities. That is where the link comes from. So a BS season refers to a challenging or an unfavorable economic or social period. So in economics, the BS season is also called the bear market. And you might be saying, oh, bear market sounds Web3, but trust me, the two, and just to digress a little bit, one of the things that tech is an enabler. It's not just a technology. Tech is also an enabler. And if you look at one of the depressions, we have not really depression, but like a recession, 2008, 2009, around that period, 2010, that's crisis around that period bettered the blockchain technology. If you know anything about the blockchain technology, that crisis, bettered it, and Satoshi Nakamoto and the guys, pushed and created Genesis block and all of that. So there's a way the bear season affects communities, affect technology, affect health, affects commerce, affect agriculture, because the economy is run by liquidity, and liquidity is the soul of the market. So it's run by money and all. So the fact that there's an issue will affect everybody, including the tech companies and also the tech communities. A bear market is a financial market condition characterized by a prolonged period of declining prices and a general pessimistic sentiment amongst investors. This is very, very important. Pessimistic sentiment among investors. And when all of these things happen, companies are being hit, communities are being hit directly. On a macro level, how does the bear season affect tech community? Just go with me. don't think I sound too economic, but then just follow me. So on macro level, on the large scale, before we now narrow down to the micro, which is community. Communities to me are like those micro that comes together and make the whole organization. Many of our technical stacks will not be in use if there are no communities. So when you think of Meta, Facebook, you can think of a lot of sub communities under the Facebook. There are a lot of sub communities. There's communities for the people that are in charge of the marketing. Facebook ads, I think Flutter, that like React JS, because Facebook also was one of the they are the one that built the framework React JS here, I remember. And there's a community for React JS. And React JS has even gone to become a global worldwide framework because of the community. So on a macro level, how does the BS season affect our community? Number one, there are job losses and reduced hiring. And if they are reduced hiring, it is affecting the community. If people are losing their job, then it's people from the community that are actually working in the organization. When they lose their job, it has an effect on them. Funding challenges. Funding does a lot to community. I think we don't know that events is money. What do you call it? Advertisement is money. Marketing is money. Holding meetups back to back is money. Do you understand? And if there is an economic downside affects the company and they are not able to fund, then it's going to affect the community also. Then there's also decreased innovation and research and development. Don't forget this. Communities drive development. That is very important. If Google AI, they've created Google AI, people in the community are going to start using that AI, that open source AI, to create stuff. They drive development. Coming to the Web3 space, these guys, they just created Ethereum, and guys started building decentralized apps. Like I mentioned, the framework React.js. React.js was just built, and people started using React.js. Almost many of our front end on the internet, React.js. I'm trying to remember Flutter, all of these people just created it, but the community, progressed, started developing. And that's because there was funds to fund research, funds to fund development. I think I could use Polygon Labs also as a very like an example. Polygon Lab is a perfect example. Also, the word labs means there's a funding, and guys are like working on their communities, are working on putting their hands on deck and trying to build stuff. So, how to build successfully in the BS season? I think this is now the main point. And I'm going to be having my next slide. I'm going to be using a case study. This person is a case study, someone I so much respect. I've mentioned him while on this call, and I'm going to be mentioning him again. And our case study for today is Steve Jobs. And somebody's like, is Steve Jobs? I think Steve Jobs is a PM, as a program manager. But this man, for me, in the tech space, wore a lot of hats. Was a PM, was a product designer. It might not, it was, when I mean product designer, like, I'm not saying did UI UX or wrote codes or all, but if you are using an iPhone, you see that bounce effect when you go to the settings and you scroll down. That bounce effect was invented by this guy called Steve Jobs. Like, he was involved in every single product that was coming out of of Apple. Then, even when it was when it was sacked or evicted from the board and he went to Next, same thing. Like, this guy is so involved. And one of the main things that people don't know about Jobs was that during the Apple BS season, he was so much involved in actually growing the community. And there's this popular video that all of us used to watch, To the Crazy Ones. You see, that video was also it was talking to communities of developers, and it was trying to, they were in a very, very riotous season then, and it was just trying to just push and encourage them. Guys were sitting down. I think you should go to YouTube and watch that video. I was sitting and it just played that stuff. So it was so much involved in community building, and I think is a good example to use for our talk today. Number one, what did he do? Transparent communication. Communication, because they were in a bear season, people had fears, people had doubts about their product, but this guy was transparent. All of these things that people are what do you call these product kind of events that people come on stage and talk about product. This guy was one of the four runners that started it in tech space. You see what Google AI did when they were talking. See what Elon Musk did when he was about to introduce his robot. All of those concepts. This man was like the 444%. So transparent communication. Jobs understood the importance of transparent communication during the times of uncertainty in Apple. He openly acknowledged the challenges that they were facing including financial losses and product setback. But then, by being honest and transparent about the company situation, he earned the trust. Remember, my topic is building communities, bear market, the trust route. So he earned the trust of the Apple community by demonstrating authenticity and a commitment to addressing the issue. That was one of the things that he did. He was open, transparent in communicating about the issues at hand. And I'm going to link it to how, and well, let me just quickly, buttress that. And as a, what do you call it, as a community manager, remember, you're an interface between the organization and the community to the organization. So when people have their doubts, when the community members have their doubt, they are going to be eating you first. They are going to be coming to your DM first. They're going to be coming to the server to ask questions, and you must be that person that is, I'll use the word wisely transparent, because you don't want to pull down your organization while being transparent. So like there needs to be an application of being wise there. But using the word wise does not mean you are deceiving them, but you are just constructively telling them that, okay guys, this is what is on ground. This is like I would also use example as regards Ecolance, like this is what is on ground. So let me quickly use Ecolance as an organization. So when we started, I remember when I made my introduction, I told you that we're still training and recruitment organization. So when we started, we're training people and people were getting recruited. We have many of our guys working for organizations in Netherlands, working for organizations in Germany, working for smart contract audit organization. But when the bear market really hit, people were not getting recruited. This is me being very honest. People were not getting recruited in this space because there were even more layoffs. And because of the layoffs, the guys, so imagine somebody that's a senior dev that's been working in Twitter, got laid off. And now this person got laid off and applied for another organization. And somebody that we trained that just transitioned is applying for that same role. They go for these guys that are senior devs. That's what's happening in the space. So more of like these guys that were, they were laid off, we're now getting the jobs. And students, like people we train were complaining. And we had to like tell them that, oh yeah, guys, we are in the sort of like in the beer season, and you have to like double. I remember at some point we had to create programs like LinkedIn optimization training. I'm going to get to that so that they can optimize their LinkedIn, optimize their portfolio, put themselves out there and be able to at least, if not compete with the role, at least compete with an intern role with someone who has done 10 years of this thing and is also competing for that same role. So we have to like be honest with them, like, guys, this is what's happening in this space. Is like an ecosystem thing. So in an ecosystem, let me just digress a little bit. Sorry, I like trading my talks. So like Twitter trade, I like trading my talks. So in every organization, there is the vertical growth and there's the horizontal growth. So what's happening in the spaces, we are having a lot of horizontal growth. And when I mean horizontal growth, stuffs are coming up, products keep coming up, organizations keep coming up. But as regards vertical, the whole ecosystem, looking at the whole ecosystem in a glance, there is not so much growth. But then there are a lot of horizontal growth, and people are still getting jobs, but it looks like the senior guys are still getting jobs. So we have to like be transparent with guys that the ecosystem is looking like it's not good, but trust me, on the horizontal level, there are still works, there are still jobs going on. So all you have to do is just put yourself out there, teach them how to put themselves out there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to, I'm going to get there on my slide. Don't let me jump the gun. So a quick one, let me go to the next one. Inspiring vision. I love Steve Jobs so much. What did he do? Despite the bear period, Jobs consistently communicated a compelling vision for our future. You must be able to do that as a community manager. And as a community growth person, also, I had to learn how to do it. Like I said in the beginning, there's something about the human soul that hopes, and it's just wired in us, and you don't have to kill that and stab that. So during the bear, he consistently communicated a compelling vision for the Apple future. He inspired the community with his unwavering belief in the potential of Apple and conveyed a sense of hope and excitement, even during difficult time. You must be able to do that. Even during difficult time, you must be able to convey that excitement. How do you do that? Come on, go back to success stories of people, who, our people, situations where things were more better. That way, it reinforced the belief of people, as regards staying in the community, engaging, and keep pushing. Job's ability to inspire trust and confidence in the community was instrumental in also reinvigorating Apple's reputation. You know, even just looking at Apple as a product. I was reading an article today, and back in the days in Japan, um, the Japanese culture and Japanese phone culture then said Apple won't survive. And if you go to Japan, 60% of the phone being used there is Apple. So like these guys believe during the BS season, really helped the sustaining of the product. And yeah, community really played a role. Remember, a product is a product because of community that surrounds it. There's no community for a product, no matter how good the product is, it cannot survive, it cannot fly. Do you understand? So community plays a very large role, and all of this organization knows that. Collaborative approach vision. Yes, Jones recognized that rebuilding trust required the active involvement and support of the Apple community. So what did he do? He engaged the developers, engaged the employee, engaged customers. That crazy one video that everybody likes so much. Yeah, here's to the crazy ones. The one who don't fit to the box was a video he played for the developer team, like the software developers, doing stuff. If you check the video, they were not like that much in that room. It was like a very closed room, and that video went viral. So crazy videos, sort of. He engaged with developers, employees, customers, seeking their input and involving them in the decision-making process. Remember, I mentioned something that it was transparent, and also doing this also make it more transparent by fostering, collaboration and valuing the community contribution. Job instilled a sense of ownership. People want to have that, a sense of ownership and unity, building trust among stakeholders. And stakeholders does not really mean people who invested money. Yeah, for larger parts, yeah, people will invest, but then stakeholders are people who also believe in your product, people who use your product, people who give you feedback on product. I'm saying this because the word product does not mean a physical thing. So let me really debunk that idea. Also, intellectual product, we know of that. So if it's a service, service is sort of like a product. To me, a service is sort of like a product. Airbnb, they offer service, but they call it maybe a product. Do you understand? So whatsoever ecosystem, or I don't know how you deliver your own value in your community, just copy and paste. Look at fostering collaboration, and that way, a sense of ownership is instilled in your community members. The last but not the no, I'm not sure it's the last. I'm not sure. Delivering on promises. Job understood that action must speak louder than words when it comes to building trust. Trust me, this is BS season is not the time to exaggerate and not deliver, because that will really corrupt the reputation of the community. So it is important that you deliver on promise. He made a commitment to delivering high quality products that would exceed customer expectation. I remember watching one of his interviews also, where he was talking about the China project, was comparing the China product and Apple product and how the Apple's quality. And obviously, over the years, if this guy didn't, stamp foot on quality, I don't think Apple will be this viral as it is viral now. So under his leadership, Apple launched innovative and game-changing products like the iMac, iPod. iPod was crazy. I remember when I was so young, everybody wanted to have iPod. Looking back, I'm just like, iPod was just 2 gig. Oh my God, just technology can be so funny. And that's why I said we had one that actually advanced technology. Humans had one that advanced technology. It can be so funny that the iPod of that time was just 2 gig. I don't think a phone of 2 gig can even survive this time around. So, like iMac, iPod, and later the iPhone, reinforcing the community trust in the company's ability to deliver on their promise. BS season is not the time that you don't want to deliver your promise. Don't promise what you can't give. BS is the time that you really want to deliver on your promise. And it keeps me wondering also, with the layoffs happening in Twitter, with the layoffs happening in Meta and other organizations, tech organizations, why are people not backing out from them? They've learned this delivering their promise. Like yes, we lay off people, but we're going to deliver on our promise. So that's to keep people around like, oh yeah, it's just hope thing. Like Okay. They still deliver. Okay, we can still believe in them. Long-term focus. This is very important. Long-term focus. Bear period is not when you play short-term goals, but this is the time you play the long-term game. And I can tell you how we are doing this at Ecoland. So how are we playing the long-term game? Because we're a training and recruitment organization. What are we doing is that we are training people on courses or skills that will transition or that will help people when the bull season, when the pump, really come, like when there is resources in the ecosystem. Trainings like marketing with free marketing trainings. We just finished a token research and analysis training. We started doing mentorship session for our community members, like having some of the people who have been previous speakers in our trainings. We gave them access to like exclusive students. That students were, they were so, I mean, when I mean student, I mean participant trainees, I mean, they were so excited. So having, one-on-one interface with one of the trainers or one of the speakers who have trained in our court really, is playing the long-term game, because they were able to ask their questions, bordering questions about the space, bordering questions about the ecosystem, and those mentors were able to answer them. You see, things like that help. It just builds hope in people, and they are able to keep fighting and just stay while it looks like everything is, going and going down. Jobs prioritize long-term strategies over short-term gains. He recognized that building trust and sustaining a loyal community require consistent effort. I think I need to overemphasize that consistent effort and a focus on the future. A focus on the future. Personally, we are working on business development training. We are working on how people can integrate AI and also product design, product management in Web3, like just positioning our community for the future. Do you understand? This approach involved investing in research and development. Yeah. Many of these trainings that we are doing at Ecolance came from research. We had to research, okay, what's our organizations asking for? What do you think is the future? Okay, give us statistics, compare statistics, and okay, let's launch this training. And we launched the training. Nurturing talent, cultivating lasting relationship with customers and partners. Very important for community growth, building also in the beer period. Now, how to build successfully in the beer season. So this is where I'm going to my own inference. The trust route. Number one, trust forms the foundation of strong communities, fostering collaboration, support, and growth. So it is important that your community members can trust your organization. It's very, very important. And using the Steve Jobs story case study, you would have seen how he built trust. And like I said, just copy and paste. When I mean copy and paste, like look at, because I know there are a lot of community managers listening to this, and a lot of people that are going to listen to it later. So like, look at your ecosystem where you are and see how this guy did it, and just apply it. It's just the law of simulation. So trust forms the foundation of strong community. It fosters collaboration, support, and growth. And how? Number one, transparent communication. How can you build trust? Encourage open and transparent communication within the community. Share updates, challenges, and successes with community member. Update is so important. This helps build trust by demonstrating honesty, and fosters a sense of shared experience. You provide platform channel for community members to share their thoughts, concerns, and ideas openly. It's not that time that you now create a private and you just close them out. No, this is the time where you want to hear their thoughts. In fact, the next idea that we keep them even in the community can come from them just sharing their thoughts. So you can just create a channel, an open channel, and people can share their thoughts. Very important to get feedback. This period at times that we need to get feedbacks, because no one's an island of knowledge, and you need feedback for innovations. Provide support and resources. This is so important to me. You need to offer support and resources to community members in their season. This can include providing access to mentorship program. Remember, I mentioned that we did that in Ecolance. We provided access to mentorship program, counseling services, or even network opportunities to help individuals navigate job losses or funding challenge. And this is just one of the one of the many effects, I mean bad effects of the beer season on communities. By showing genuine support, the community can foster trust and solidarity among the members. So provide support and resources, very important. And okay, I'm going to say that after this one. I like success story. Share success story sincerely. This is so powerful. Share success story. No matter how it looks like, everything is in the beer season. People are still, people still get headway. So share those stories, amplify success stories. It helps a lot in building trust. Share success stories of tech companies and individuals within the communities who have overcome challenges during the bear market. Now, these stories inspire confidence. We need confidence, and I think I'll just state this also, and that's why it looks like people who we call motivational speakers can never go out of business, because the human soul spirit is wired for that, is wired to be like to believe and just believe and say, okay, yeah, it's going to work out. Even in the baddest situation, it's going to work out. So I like a story. These stories we make them confident, it demonstrate resilience, and also build trust within the community. Somebody's like, okay, if it happened for that person, then it can happen for me. If this person can get a job, so this person got a job. Now, when you like success story, you can bring the person on board. So how did you do it? Then this person starts sharing their resources. Can you see that these things are linking together? This person starts sharing their resources, share how they did it, share how they got this, how they did this, how they did it, and da 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 da. That way, somebody's going to get an insight on maybe what they are not doing best, what they need to do, what they need to incorporate. That way, you are fostering a community that of resilient people, because you're sharing success story and people are also sharing their strategies. So celebrate achievements of community members to create a positive and motivating environment. You need it. You need a motivated environment. If you don't have it, even you as a community manager will be discouraged, no matter how high fly the project is. You'll be discouraged. So you need it also, and they need it. Training programs and workshops. This is so important. I learned this in 2020 and it really touched me. So in 2020, I joined a Zoom call, and someone I so much respect made a statement, and I don't know, but then he made a statement of tech and religion, or workplace and religion, and what he said was that um, workplaces, workplace train people. What does religion give to people? Well, hope for the future. But he said post-COVID, workplace and religion we have to exchange, such that your workplace will not just only train you, also give you hope, and religion itself will not give people hope, or also train people. I remember churches started doing tech trainings. If you remember, post-COVID, churches started doing tech training, data analysis training. Mocks also were doing training. I don't know, a lot of like people in the religious were started doing tech trainings, and I was so surprised. I was like, wow, interesting. This is interesting because post-COVID, during the COVID, there was like a bull run because money was pumped into the society. People were dashed free money, free money, free money from 2021. Yeah, there was still a little bit trickle of those money. 2022, boom, heat. You understand? So these trainings that many of these organization or this church, I'm just using that as an example, that it did helped. When the beer season came, they had already trained some of their members, and when the beer, some of them were already working in tech space, and when the beer season came, they were not really that affected. So training programs and workshops, organized training programs and workshops that focus on in-demand skills, emerging technologies, or industry trend. It is very important you do that in the beer season, because things keep changing. The ball keeps rolling. The ball never stops. Even though we're in the beer season, the ball does not stop. It keeps rolling, keeps rolling. Do you understand? So provide practical hands-on learning opportunities that equip community members with the knowledge and skill needed to adapt to the changing market condition. Collaborate with industry experts. Like I said, what we did in Ecolance with the trainings on what do you call it? LinkedIn optimization, how to win an hackathon. Because I remember I told you that we have a blockchain based hackathon platform. How to win an hackathon, inviting people who have won in hackathons. We did trainings on how to be a metaverse expert, people that are interested in metaverse. We did training on token research and analysis. We did trainings on in-demand skills in the space. And collaborate industry experts, educational institution, during the beer season, it's time to look for constructive partnership, or yeah, that's the word, like partnerships that will really beneficial partnership. Yeah, that's another word to use. Beneficial partnership that will really help your community. And through beneficial partnership, you can organize a training, a session, and you just come and learn. So to deliver high quality educational content. This is very underrated, but trust me. With the meta layoff, they still did Flutter Forward this year. Google still laid off people. They still did Google AI. They are doing Google Extended I. We still have GDSC Club. Polygon, their stuff's happened at Polygon. They still did Polygon Guide. Polygon Guide again is happening in Lagos. Polygon Guide is happening in Lagos this Saturday, 1st of July. Like all of those workshops, meetups, is doing a lot. It's doing a lot to the community. They just keep believing, even though stuffs are really happening. It looks like things are going downside. But they still believe that, oh yeah, these people are training us, they are not packing up, yeah, they have empathy, okay, we can still stay around. And that's just what you need during this beer season. Now, be a resource for industry change. During beer market, industry trend and priorities shift rapidly. I said the ball keeps rolling, doesn't wait, it keeps rolling. So community manager can position themselves as thought leaders, resources for industry change, providing insight and guidance to their members as the market evolves. As a community manager, I know to manage community, but trust me, sometimes you have to do research work. I know of a friend who's a community manager, and also she did product management because she was a community manager for a product, and she had to really understand products and how to communicate even with the team and also with the community, like a dual work. They're like a gatekeeper, sort of. So, as a community manager, you must be able to be resourceful. Like, this is the time to be resourceful. Do research, read also, upgrade yourself, update yourself is very important. And a quote from me: building communities in the beer season is like planting in the dry season, expecting the rain. Yeah, that's it. I remember when growing up, I did a little bit of farming. So in my compound, then when we plant the maize waiting for the first rain. And after the first rain, then after 7 days, you see the air of that. Then 21 days, it starts growing up. Yeah. So building communities in the beer is like that, planting in dry season. Trust me, expecting the rain, and which is the bull. Do you understand? The bull run, which will affect everything. Like I said, 2020 did a lot to a lot of tech innovations were born in 2020 because there was corona, but then money was pumped into the society and people innovated. Yeah, some business died because a business that couldn't evolve. But trust me, you and I know that Amazon became the top. What do you call it? Oh, someone's sending me a message. Okay, so you and I know that Amazon, Jeff Bezos became one of the wealthiest guys during that same beer market, that same 2020 where there was lockdown. Why? Because he was able to, simulate and very insider information there, but then that's not my concern. So video community in the beer season is like it's like planting in the dry season, expecting the rain. And I don't know if anybody has question and answer. I am open to answering to that. That's like the end of my talk. I don't know. Somebody raised their hand. Yeah, you can take the mic. Favor. You can take the mic. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good evening, Emmanuel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh wow, that's nice. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I learned a lot on transparency and trust. The thing is that at my university where I graduated from, I have this community where I co-manage with, and it's more of students, and student life. Most of them are like, school work and all of that. But the aim of the community is sensitizing people in the university about the importance of tech and the roles they play. So recently, the turn up for our workshops and our community meetings hasn't been so nice. So even when we try to make like the group lively, and so there haven't been much turn up. So I don't know, in the sense of transparency and trust, what needs to be played, you know, at least to get people to
Okay.
feel active in this. You know, you have to like get to them over and over again before they
Yeah.
feel they need to join.
Mm. 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 So for students, it's a peculiar case, but I'll just talk about it because I was once a student. So for students, there's this mentality, firstly, that I'm in school to learn. I'm in school to learn, like basically learn, and anything apart from that, especially if you're in Nigeria, anything apart from that is like out of the way. So for me, I think you just have to restructure. These students have sub communities. When I mean sub communities, they have I don't know if it's a computer um, science club, all of those. You could talk with their leads. Yeah, their leads can help you. This is where collaboration comes in. So rather than just chasing them one by one, if you have connect with some of their leads, you can have a conversation with them physically, or okay, you're still raising. Oh yeah, Ken. Oh Ken, I'll call you then. Yeah. So if you have connect with them, you can still talk with the leads. Talk with the leads. Have a partnership with sub communities also. Do you understand? Like I said, look forward for strategic partnerships. Do you understand? So for students, the very peculiar one, and like I said to many of my guys who are like asked to them, I'm like, bro, this is like the best phase where you can really invest. So number two, you would also not back down because they are not showing up. Trust me, that's also one of the price to pay. Yeah, but I, if you strategically meet with some of their leads, they could, help with the turnout. The turnout, especially with students. Students they are very easy to convey. To understand, if you can use some of their influential leads and let them see the reason for this training, because trust me, tech will change a lot of tech changes life, and pro tech. My siblings know that I will talk tech anytime, any day, because it changed my life also. So I don't know if I answered the
Yeah,
question.
you did perfectly well. I really appreciate it. You know, because
Yeah,
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 we are trying to
yeah,
like
sure.
get them if it's for us to like do a community project that yeah, people that don't have idea on recent technologies, you know, can
Mm,
learn by doing and stuff like
mm,
that. So that's what
mm.
we're trying to get them to. But like the
Yeah,
turn up for even
yeah,
the
okay.
regular workshop
Well,
sessions haven't been so nice.
yeah, okay. So, like I said, it is
Yeah.
peculiar. So maybe you could connect with me on LinkedIn or whatever, and we just talk about the peculiarities, so we can niche down to what is really the problem here.
Uh, thank
Do
you.
you understand?
Um, I'll love
Yeah,
to ask
yeah,
for a
yeah, yeah.
favor. Can I get
Um,
this slide if you don't mind? Maybe I could send you like. Okay.
this slide, oh, yeah, yeah, I'll just send it to Mr. Timothy, and I think it's gonna be
Okay.
shared. Mr. Timothy, is it gonna be shared?
All right.
I,
Thank
I'll,
you.
I'll just send it to you. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Ken, Mr. Ken, uh, you can grab the mic.
Okay, all right, thank you. Can you hear me?
Ah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I can.
All right, that's great. Thank you so much for your talk. It's been really helpful. And the question I have is particularly to managing teams, like managing teams, community teams, like the teams
Okay.
behind like the
The
community.
community. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So
low.
yeah. So like my question is how do you get to what are like recommendations that you
Mm,
can use to inspire consistency
mm,
across the team? Because particularly for teams that volunteer
mm, mm,
to like
mm,
plan the activities of the community. How do you get
mm,
to inspire long-term consistency? Because like from time to time members of the team um
mm,
they won't be like so active as like when
mm.
they started off. So how do you get to inspire them to consistently be active and all? And
Okay,
then
so
one more thing. So
okay, okay.
one more thing, just a very small tip for like the last question that somebody um asked. I
Favor,
just
yeah.
want to say, yeah, just a little tip. I know like in university when we had like communities, there was one thing that really helped us. we're able to talk to some of our lecturers that about like the community that we had, and what they did was they helped us to like announce our activities during their
Okay.
lectures, because like
Okay.
during lectures you have like a whole, I mean like a whole bunch of students,
Students
so
in
they
the
were
place.
able to talk about it and just bring up more, just spread it out there. So that's just a little tip
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
All right, thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you very much for that idea. Like use the like favor, like I said, you just use the top guys for students, you get them. For Ken, how to motivate people, especially when they are doing it for free. Um, so I would like to ask what community? So is it GDSC or GDG? Ken?
All right, so yeah, it's none. It's okay. So I co-manage a couple of communities, but like amongst them is you have Open Source Community Africa as one of
Okay, I
them.
understand. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So how can okay? So let me be very honest with you. Yeah, as a leader, what you can basically do and what you should consistently do is painting the vision, telling them the vision. Because we're in Nigeria, people say, "Oh yeah, vision does not put food on the table." But then at the long run, it will put food on the table. I was looking at Oscar Fest and I was like, "Whoa!" When they started, man, I don't know. They started in trickles, 2020, was it? Yeah, 2021. I think there was a year they skipped or so. Yeah, and when they started, bam, bam, it wasn't like this. And now yeah, where they are now, they're sponsors and everything is looking rosy, and everybody wants to be involved as a volunteer. The same people that maybe are not volunteering for a project now, we volunteer for the main one without collecting a dime. Do you understand? So it's just vision, yeah. People will come, people will go. But sincerely, if you paint the vision, this is what we are trying to do, guys, and this is where we are trying to go clearly. And how do you also be open to suggestion, like be open to them, open to suggestion. But I think you have to just get this straightforward that people will leave, people will go, people will come, but let your vision just be there, like sustain the vision, keep the vision. You can't force them, can't force them really. But if you keep re-emphasizing the vision, this is what we are trying to build. This is what we are trying to build. Let them see the work. Let them also contribute. Also, let them feel involved. That's also important. The human are we are very funny. When we don't feel involved in anything, we just where am I doing? What am I doing? Let them feel involved. Delegate. Give people role. Let people feel responsible. You use that ego for your advantage. People have ego. People want to deliver. They don't want to be the reason why something is not working. It's just a human nature. So use it to your advantage. Like delegate, tell them, oh, you're in charge of this, you're in charge of this. And when they're not delivering, maybe just move. Just people will always come, people will always go. Delegate, be open, ask for suggestion. Sometimes the whole idea must not come from you. In fact, every time the whole idea must not come from you. Be open to having other people ideas and critiquing the ideas and working on what needs to be worked. But have this at the back of your mind. People will always come, people will always go. It's just part of it. Just part of it, part of the game. I hope I answered the question. Yeah, thank you very much. Do you have any other question? If I go to my slide. Oh, no other question. So well, my name is Emmanuel.
Okay, no
Oh,
problem,
sorry. Someone is asking me.
no problem.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I said, my name is Emmanuel Tokwe. You can connect to me on LinkedIn, Emmanuel Tokwe. You can connect to me on Twitter, Topchido. And thank you very much for having me on this call. I so much appreciate you for listening to me. It's really an honor. Yeah, thank you very much, Community Leads Africa. I'm
Please, can you send your social media links to the chat?
Oh, okay. Let me quickly do that. Yes, I can do that. Oh, LinkedIn. Keep on.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for spending time with us. Yeah, we like budgeted this session for 20 minutes.
Are you serious? You didn't tell me. Jeez, my God, you could have told me.
30 minutes session, but now we are in 50 minutes.
My God. Jason, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I did not. If I've told you 30 minutes, I would have rushed. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, it was a great session. So that's why we just kind of like was like deep into it, and yeah, interesting one. Totally gain a lot. And some of the question asked is these are important questions when it comes to building communities. And again, I could understand where everyone was coming from when it comes to engaging people and getting students to be part of communities, because that was one crazy and kind of like a technical bit when it comes to managing developer communities or tech community focusing students. But yeah, the interest is to that. So I think that this is the last session for today. It was great having everyone. Looking forward to our summit this weekend. So let me give like a little bit sneak peek into this weekend. I think we just like announced just two speakers, Anedi of Google and Ibrahim of Identity Parts. I think that like speakers already announced. I think let me give a sneak peek since we like spent an extra time on this call. I'm like give it a sneak peek into other sessions we'll be having. So I think on Friday we're having four sessions. We're having the Anedi talk on Friday. We're having Ibrahim's talk on Friday. Then we're having like a community band session on Friday. So how we started building communities. So Shaggy, you have seen why building communities. Let's just have a safe space. Let's just talk about community wala, how we started building communities. And with the community members are ITC literally, right? So we're having that on Friday. Then having like a final session with the head of community lead at Comso. So I think most of us know Comso as a product for managing communities, the community club folks. So having someone, the head of community lead there on Friday. I think that's the first session we have on Friday. Then on Saturday, which is day two and final day, I think the most interesting session I'm even looking forward to is a panel session on executing successful events in Africa. Whoosh. So I think for that we're having Insikan, Emmanuel, if I'm not mistaken, the community manager for Binance. So I think we have seen Binance launch series of events across Africa. So yeah, it's part of the panel session to drop its insight and strategy on how to execute successful events across Africa in Africa. Then we're also having someone from Digital Ocean. I'm trying to get the name again. Ooh, that's bad. Oliver, yeah, Oliver is the developer at Digital Ocean. He's based in Ghana. So again, the October 1st team. So part of the team pioneering that. So the other person we're having on that panel is Marvis, the co-founder and CEO of Untitled Design Conference. So for everyone who is part of like design, who is managing the design community or part of like design space, the Untitled Design Conference, the largest conference for designers in Africa. So we're having the CEO and co-founder joining the session, and we're having an amazing host moderating that particular session, which I'm not saying. Um you find a person that day. Apart from that, you're also having another session. I think like two other sessions that day again. We're having one on people who are if you are building and if you're building if you're managing an ambassador program, right? So the conversation around engaging and supporting community leaders for maximum impact on the community program. So if a community manager is managing a user group program or ambassador program, this is a session you don't want to miss. We're having Michael Oladele, the marketing and community guy, Carry Wise, handling that particular session. You don't want to miss it. Then I think another session we're having again on Saturday is empowering community engagement. So how to create effective communication strategy and engagement for a community. We're having the co-founder of Space Tech. I think that's a community of over 20,000 people of the community. She'll be sharing our thoughts, experience with us on how to create effective engagement. Then we're also having another session again on creating and creating content for your community. I think that is like one of the biggest thing when it comes to community management. and how to be able to create content for your community. Why not just create, how to create content. So whereby you can be able to share like label posts, like label articles, to keep your community engaged, to keep conversation going in, to benefit your community, to offer more value to your community. So we're having the content lead at Comso and Community Club and do that particular session. And finally, we're having a session on raising funds for your community initiatives. I think this is one big topic that I think every community manager and community leader would love to, dive more and understand how to be able to raise funds for your community initiative. And no other person that the Odogo of raising funds for community initiatives. Yeah, I'm not saying the name. You have to come to the session to find out. But we'll definitely share the agenda tomorrow. So share the agenda and link to the various sessions. We'll share a link to Notion where we have the various sessions. So you can able to see everything there, and sign up for just add to calendar of the various sessions you want to partake in. So good night. I wanted to say God bless you like we're in church. But yeah, good night. And
Okay, boss.
it's
God
not
bless
a
you.
weekend. I want to say a great weekend. Yeah. Have a great day and enjoy the holiday. So bye.